Hardware has advanced rapidly, allowing physical systems to adapt to their environment in real time. But a mechanical hand requires a brain to guide it. Google DeepMind's release of Gemini Robotics ER2 provides that cognitive layer. ER stands for Embodied Reasoning, a model designed to give physical robots the capacity to actually think, plan, and coordinate multi-step tasks. This architectural stack diagram illustrates Google's newly introduced modular approach. At the very top sits Gemini ER2. This top layer functions as the high-level reasoning engine. It handles long-horizon planning and orchestrates the tools the robot needs to complete a job. Directly underneath is Gemini Robotics 2. This middle tier is a Vision Language Action Model, or VLA. It takes the high-level plan from ER2 and converts it into whole-body motor control, directing the physical joints and limbs. Finally, at the base, we have Gemini On-Device 2. This bottom layer is an ultra-fast, locally run model that allows the robot to instantly adapt to its specific physical hardware with extremely low latency. You can see this stack in practice in the physical world. If you look closely at the sensor payload on this Boston Dynamics Spot quadruped, you see the hardware required to feed data into these models. By separating the brain from the motor controls, Google moves robotics away from blind, pre-scripted motions. The machine can now act as an autonomous, agentic problem solver. The development of these foundation models is accelerating, but researching the current commercial landscape often results in AI-generated hallucinations and conflated data. This HUD breaks down the reality of the physical AI market. Let's look at 3 major companies and verify what models like Copilot frequently get wrong. First, Copilot frequently claims that covariant GR00T is a top commercial product. That entity does not exist. Covariant built the RFM model, while GROOT is a completely separate platform built by NVIDIA. Next, AI research often states that Skilled AI generated $30 million in revenue for the year 2025. The verifiable reality is that Skilled AI raised $1.4 billion at a $14 billion valuation. They are firmly in the early commercialization stage, not pulling massive verified revenue numbers. Finally, chatbots frequently describe the Figure 02 humanoid's presence at the BMW Spartanburg plant as a permanent commercial deployment. In truth, this was a highly structured, bounded 10-month pilot study where the robot successfully placed over 90,000 sheet metal parts. Looking at this image of an operator shaking hands with a Figure 02 humanoid, we see what verified enterprise integration actually looks like, requiring safe physical proximity and highly supervised structured tasks. Separating investor hype and chatbot errors from field data is the only reliable way to evaluate which companies are actually leading the physical AI market. This diagram maps the split of robot intelligence. Top, System 2, the cognitive brain handling long-horizon reasoning and planning. Bottom, System 1, the reflexive motor execution layer using diffusion transformers for joint velocities up to 50 Hz. Gemini ER2 sits entirely in System 2. It does not send motor currents directly to the robot's arms. It tells the lower-level System 1 models exactly what step to execute next. ER2 manages this coordination using the 128,000 token context window of Gemini 3.5 Flash. Its functionality relies on 2 distinct API endpoints released by Google to manage different data speeds. The first is a standard request and response endpoint. It handles batch spatial reasoning and simple bounding box detection. The second is the streaming preview API. A robot's camera feed streams continuously to the cloud in real time. This low-latency stream tracks video progress. If it detects a failure, it autonomously issues a corrected command mid-task, without manual reprompting. Continuous live video streaming is the exact mechanism bridging the gap between massive, cloud-based intelligence and precise physical action. The 2026 physical AI war isn't winner-take-all. It's stratified into 3 domains. Google dominates cloud-first reasoning, excelling in API-driven tool orchestration. NVIDIA leads the second domain with Isaac GROOT. Their supremacy comes from deep integration into industrial deployment. NVIDIA utilizes an action cascade architecture. They merge Cosmos Reason 2 for System 2 logic directly with a System 1 diffusion transformer for physical movement. Their strategic advantage is distribution. NVIDIA offers open weights under an Apache 2.0 license, allowing developers to run models locally on edge hardware with zero latency. Look at this multi-gripper end effector. High-speed factory floors require millisecond precision and simply cannot risk a failure due to a dropped cloud connection. The third leader is physical intelligence, driven by their flagship Pi Zero model. Their architecture uses a custom 3 billion parameter vision language base, topped with a flow matching action head running at 50 Hz. This specific flow matching approach generates fine motor control, giving them the undisputed lead in dexterous manipulation tasks, like handling flexible objects or folding clothes. When an enterprise chooses a foundation model, the decision depends entirely on whether they prioritize cloud intelligence, edge processing speed, or extreme physical dexterity. Regardless of how powerful the foundation model is, commercial viability is ultimately gated by the enterprise user experience. If operators cannot easily use the system, the technology stalls. This first panel shows the developer-centric UX, championed by platforms like NVIDIA Groot. This simulation-heavy approach offers massive scale and predictability, but it requires a dedicated team of robotics engineers to code and operate the environment. The second panel illustrates the operator-centric approach, utilized by skilled AI and Covariant. This relies on teach by demonstration. A line supervisor physically guides the robotic arm to show it a task, allowing rapid deployment without writing code. This image of an autonomous mobile base docking into warehouse shelving shows why an appliance-like interface is valuable, enabling rapid scaling for structured logistics environments. The final panel shows the human coworker UX, seen with platforms like Figure AI. Here, robots accept conversational verbal instructions and manage their own subtasks directly alongside human workers. The company that secures mass adoption will not necessarily have the smartest foundation model, but rather the interface that integrates most seamlessly into existing human workflows. Broad utility requires a fundamental evolution. The machines must move from executing isolated, single tasks to handling complete, multi-step workflows. This timeline spans the data-backed projection for mass commercial adoption. Phase 1, 2027 to 2029, industrial workflows reach 50% automation. Phase 2, 2030 to 2033, costs fall below $40,000, allowing roles in hospitals. Post-2035, costs drop under $10,000 for mass-market household robots. Gemini ER2 provides the technical foundation for this timeline. The scalability of the industry now depends on this dual-layered cognitive architecture. With high-bandwidth streaming APIs bridging the divide between digital processing and physical execution, true autonomous agentic workflows are finally a reality. The dividing line is drawn. Will Google's cloud-based System 2 brain dominate, or will NVIDIA's open-weight local execution win the factory floor? Let us know your take in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe to KYC AI Labs for more deep dives.